Today's video is a continuation of the video I did the other day about when Poilievre was interviewed on the radio, 6:40 a.m. talk radio, Toronto talk radio, on the radio like this.
Switch this to a youth criminal justice conversation.
That radio. Let's get on with it. So yeah, he was asked, one of the other questions he was asked, other than the questions that we covered in the other video, is the Gary guy, the Ministry of Safety. He's got conflicts. He's a bit like Carney. Conflicts of interest with the T word, which we can't say on YouTube. Yeah, that word. Yeah, Trevorism. Yeah, he's got conflicts. But what would Poilievre do if he had an MP with exactly the same issues?
There should be zero tolerance for that. I think the minister needs to come before Canadians, explain what he was thinking, why he did this, and how he can go on as a public safety minister in light of that decision.
You think he can? Because I think most people would look at this and be troubled. Do you believe he can still stay given some of the questions raised?
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. You know, I'd like to hear his explanation. I'd like to hear his explanation on why he would have done this. And then, if he doesn't have a good explanation, then he's got to be replaced. Explanation is he didn't know what he was taught. He didn't know the background of the individual, or this information came to light later. That would be one thing. But if he knowingly did it, well, I don't see how you can defend that.
Yeah, well, that's the problem, you see, because he's still got the confidence of the Prime Minister. A guy with that many conflicts and that much going on that he can't even go to work because of conflicts has got the confidence of the Prime Minister with conflicts. He's just conflicting. Anyway, but it's, so yeah, big question. A lot of you guys asked this last week, was what does Poilievre think of the longest ballot thing? Does he think that's constitutional? Do you think it's something, do you think it's part of the ballot process, or do you just think it's total BS and it shouldn't really be allowed, or you could be allowed to go on the ballot if there were certain restrictions? So let's have a listen to what he said on that.
No, it's not part of the democratic process, because the people on the dozens, if not hundreds of people who have been added are not actually seriously seeking public office. They're not campaigning. They're not asking people for votes. They're not putting up lawn signs or attending debates. They're just gumming up the entire ballot to confuse individual voters, to make it very difficult for people to find the candidate they favor and make it harder to vote. I fully believe that anyone should be able to step up and run as an independent if they want to. Even if they don't have a big name or a lot of money, but that doesn't mean that they should be able to bundle themselves with 150 other people, use the same small group of signatures, and ransack the ballot. So I would call on the government to introduce law that would make it impossible for these kinds of distracting and destructive long ballots. And there's some very simple rules you could bring in. You could simply say that to be on the ballot, you have to go and get 1,000 unique signatures from constituents saying that they want you to run. And that doesn't mean you have to be rich. It just means you have to go around and hustle up 1,000 supporters, which is not much to ask in a riding that may have over 100,000. And there's no way you would have a long ballot if you made that one simple change. But clearly this is an attempt to undermine democracy, and we should put an end to it.
So what do you guys think? Do you think it's part of democracy? Do you think we should end it? Do you think we should do what Poilievre said, just put an end to it? Or should we do what he's saying that we should do, and that is you should have like 1,000 signatures, people who want to vote for you. You should at least put some money up front so that, at least if you're going to go on the ballot, be serious about being on the ballot. I'm more on that edge. I'm more on the, if you're serious about being on the ballot, put some money up front, get some sponsors, and get 1,000 signatures. I'm not really for not letting other people go on the ballot, because that could go anywhere. You should be allowed to go on the ballot, but what do you guys think? Do you think, what's your opinion on this? Yeah, it's a tricky one, but you can't just stop people from standing for Parliament or standing in a by-election. You can't just do that, really, because that's not how we do things in Canada. That's not how we do things in a democratic country. But you can put rules there, like if the person wanted to run for the leader, the fake run for the leader of the Liberal Party, you had to put up $750,000 or something, didn't you? Maybe not that much money, because we don't always want the richest person winning the election now, do we? Even though that's what happened this time round. Possibly the richest person in Canada won the election. But yeah, you should at least be able to be popular enough to get 1,000 votes or 1,000 signatures. Anyway, see you in the next one.